All right, so for all the Dexter fans, I'm sure you've heard by now that there are two new Dexter series in the works currently. One being Dexter Original Sin, which is a prequel series showing him as a child and teenager, his early life, kind of discovering who he is, what he is, and being taught to be what he becomes. And Michael C. Hall is doing the voiceover work for it, so you're still getting Dexter's inner voice is still Michael C. Hall, which is fantastic. I'll definitely be watching that. But what I'm even more intrigued by is this series that picks up where Dexter New Blood ended. And I know that sounds crazy because all of us, it's spoilers, okay? If you haven't seen Dexter New Blood, at the end of the series, Dexter is killed. So now we've had Dexter die twice in continuity. But the big question is, how is Dexter still alive? Like, he was shot. It was pretty clear that he was dead out in the woods at the end of New Blood. And it's like, how did he survive it? How does he go on? How is there going to be a new series taking place right now, after the events of New Blood? And that question was actually posed to Michael C. Hall, which obviously he's not going to give us definitive answers, okay? But they asked him, how is Dexter still alive? How did he survive? And the only clue he gave was, he said, well, I'll just put a clip in right here.
Dexter's dead. The last we saw, Dexter is dead. And when I was doing my research, I realized that, that was confirmed at the end of New Blood, that he was dead. So
was it?
I will say Clyde did an interview where he was asked that, because we didn't see. Of course, you saw him bleeding out.
Right.
And he said the words, Dexter is dead. What can you say about how Resurrection will bring Dexter back?
I don't know what I am authorized to say, other than it's really cold out there. It's really cold out there.
So what I take from that is something to do with it being so cold that it reduced the blood flow from his wound. I really hope it's I really hope it's not something silly like he did die and his body was preserved and somehow he was literally resurrected. That would be absolutely stupid. I hope they don't do anything like that. Although there are, from time to time, certain supernatural elements that kind of make their way into Dexter, especially if you read the books. There's a lot of supernatural talk in the books, not as much in the Showtime series. But my theory is that somehow the extreme cold slowed down his heart rate, making his blood not pump with the same ferocity, and possibly kind of kept the wound, like maybe the wound froze up and it kept the wound from having him bleed out. So, he wasn't shot in the head. We've seen people survive much worse. Okay, but I think we're all assuming he was shot like right in the heart or whatever. Like it was pretty apparent he was dead at that. Obviously, they meant to end the series with him dying there. But I love that it's possible. They left it open enough that they can still make it work that he's still alive. Anyway, that's my theory on how, based on what Michael C. Hall said, how Dexter survived at the end of Dexter New Blood. Anyway, I'd love to hear your theories. Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in this sort of thing where I talk pop culture, entertainment, stuff like that, I've covered a lot of Dexter stuff on the channel. One of my more popular videos is Dexter Books versus TV series. So go check that out if you're interested. And then I covered Dexter New Blood episode by episode. You can go check that out. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know your theory on how Dexter survived. the end of Dexter New Blood.